Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It is Sunday at 6:40 p.m. where I am, Eastern Standard Time, and the market is opened. I understand there are some technical issues going on with you. Apex folks have no access to Rhythmic or Tradeovate. Seems like that's kind of been a theme this week. Hopefully, you guys are all straightened out. I know a bunch of people are still waiting on payout approvals. Fingers crossed for you guys that you get some answers soon. It's really unfortunate that you have to go through all this anxiety waiting for payouts on a prop firm account. So I have gone into Discord and I have updated the daily expected levels, which are here. I have updated my NQ chart with these levels. I have also updated the weekly levels and updated those on my chart. Now I can't read this on my computer, it's so small, but if you open it on your phone, you'll be able to see it clearly. I've also added the zones here, and I'll plot these on my gold chart for the zones. But for the expected moves, I just plot those on my daily chart right here. I've got a monthly composite profile on this chart, and I've got the expected and weekly levels. Now these like turquoise lines that you see down here are all outstanding gaps that we haven't filled yet. I can see a big minus development right here in this area. I can see one in this area. We look like we're starting to come down. We've got the monthly composite value area high is sitting down here at 933.75. The value area high is up here. We are closer, a little bit closer to value area high, but how I use these is I use them for a directional bias, and I don't like to trade into them. So if I see we start moving up and we get pretty close, if we get above this line here at 100, I'm going to be shooting for this line up here. This is going to be my target. I don't like to take any trades unless I know what the target is. And if we do not, if we continue down here, I would expect us to hit the value area low. Sometimes we come down and then we go up, but these lines, to me, I plot them 68% of the time we close between the expected high and low, and 96% of the time we close between the sigma high and low. So these are pretty reliable levels. That's why I plot them. They're definitely magnets. Look for that. But right now I see two magnets down here. I see the monthly value area high and the expected low. I also see a big minus development here. We've already started to fill, and then we've got some kind of level here. You can see, 3 touches, 4 touches. That looks like some kind of level. So, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't try to predict where the market is going. I just want to know what the stops are going to be along the way. So I will wait. At this current point, looking at this right now, I would be bearish, looking to fill that area. Next thing I do when I get my charts ready is, after I update those levels, I want to see where volume profile levels are. A lot of times we're going to do a volume profile rotation, so I'm going to mark Friday's value area high and Friday's value area low. I can already see we've tapped a low. We seem to be heading on up to the high. We are above the POC. So we were ranging, we had a tight range on Thursday. We expanded the range a little bit on Friday, but we still have all this to fill. And we have not come down to retest that line down there. So I'm going to put a line here at this volume profile level. And then we've got some untested levels down here. So I've got several levels on the way down. On the way up right now, all I have is the daily expected high. We have right here is the prior day high, and then we would look for round numbers. So if we get above 57, I'll be looking for 5200. So those would kind of be my levels that I would be looking to target on runners and swing trades. I like to know up and down which way we're going, and then I just wait to see which direction the market takes. But I know where I'm setting my targets, where my stop safety is going to be. I use those things. And then these charts are my 3 amigos. These are session charts set to RTH. They will populate at 9:30 tomorrow morning and show me any session gaps. And this is my entry chart here. I've made some changes to this because I'm taking this other setup that I'm going to talk about in a second. But I've still got the round numbers plotted, but I've only got them plotted by every 50. So we got 19050, 19100, instead of every round number. I've just got that. And then I've got these golden lines here, and I'll talk about that in a second. So on my entry chart, you know, I always plot the daily open, which is where the candle opened right here, this daily candle. I've changed that color to purple because my round number levels are now the turquoise color. So you can see it's right here, right off the 26. Interesting. That is an important level. In addition to that, on my chart, you're going to find the New York session open plots in white here. I plot both of those levels every day. This here is just a MACD cross. You can see I have it set at 30, 80, 15 multiplier, and 7. This is the zombie 21 MACD. That indicator is in my Google Drive if you want to get it. I'm using the Orenco bars. I've got them set at 8, 20, and 40. This is my large brick chart. These are set at 30, 80, and 160. I use this for my, so I could see the full day picture. The white line starts the new day, so I could see we were in a trading range on Friday. So I'd like to see the full day picture. If I'm swing trading, I'd like to be going in the same direction as these bricks. Not the one that's currently working, because that could close red or green. I don't know. I go by the prior brick that's closed right here, and I see the prior brick is green, so I would be looking ideally for longs. So that's kind of what my setup looks like. Now, I've got plenty of videos on how I trade. I'm going to talk today about a new setup that we're working on. So when I started creating videos on YouTube, I connected with a lot of new people, a lot of more experienced traders, which I'm super excited about, let me tell you. I am like a young Jedi right now, absorbing all the information I can get. So somebody turned me on to Tony, I think it's Rago. Here is the video. This is called the Golden Setup. I'm going to put a link to this video into the video description. Tony has a day trading course. I noticed, I just looked on the website. He's got some kind of futures class here. It's not that much. It's only like 97 bucks. And then he's also got a mentorship, which is pricey here. A lot more stuff's going on here. So I'm going to take a look at this. Well, first I'm going to test out this Golden setup. I'll put a link to the course information. Why I'm interested in this is, I'm a big trader on round numbers, and so is Tony. So to, get some insight from someone a lot more experienced than me on round numbers is super interesting to me. But I'm going to test out this setup. He says has a 92% win rate. And on my chart here, you see I've got two lines. The first golden line is at the 26, and the second golden line is at the 77. And how this setup works is, for the long entry off the 26, the golden setup, I'm looking for price to come off of the 50, which it is right now, and come down. I'm going to set a limit order. And my limit order is going to be at a stop loss of 60. My first target is 28. My second target is 96. I'm using 2 contracts. I am moving to break even at 28 plus 1 tick. And we are coming up on a setup, so I basically just want to get my order entry ready.
Order submitted.
So we touched the 50, we're coming down to the 26. I want to be in place and ready to have my order triggered when we get to 26. I'm looking for 7 and then 24 points. And that essentially is the golden setup. It's super simple. I think this is a great, easy, if it has a 92% win rate, it is a great, easy setup for new people. And then the other way you can enter here, and I'm going to talk about that, is down here we have the 900. So if price is below the 26, what we'd be looking for is for it to touch 900, or the 100 level, the 00 level. This is 19,000 here, but it could be 19,100, 19,200, 18,100. It has to be 00. We're looking for it to hit the 100 level, come from the 100 level up to the 26, and we want to have a limit order to sell here at the 26. Same ATM system. So I have created in the Google Drive here, we've got chart templates. I have created the golden zone setup. So the golden zone is the long off the 26, and then we have the silver zone, which is the short off the 26. Here are the rules for you. I broke it out and put some pictures here. It is super simple, and I feel like because it's so simple, people are like, I don't understand. I've got the ATM template for you here. Now I'm using paid indicators, guys. I have the TDU indicator that is plotting these lines for me. If you don't, I obviously have the trade panel. You don't need to have all these indicators. You can do it without it. There is in the indicators folder, I've loaded some of these indicators here, and these plot the round number levels. I couldn't figure out how to adjust them to be exactly what I was looking for, just these kind of levels here, so I stopped playing with it. But you can play around with it, but you can always just pop the lines manually. I mean, it's not difficult. You want 50, 100, 50, 100, 50, 100. So you could plot the closest ones, the closest two on each side, and then you want to plot a gold line at the 26 and the 77. And the 77, I'm going to try to do the same thing, you know, the same premise, right? If it touches 100 and it comes down to 77, I'll be looking for a long back to 100. And if it comes from 50 to 77, I'll be looking for a short to come back down to 50. So those are going to be the setups that I'm testing this week. If you see us talking about that in the Discord, this is what's happening. I've got a video here of some setups that I took on Friday. It's golden entries. So I recorded my trades on Friday. I was just in sim, as you see. Took a couple of these trades and I was up like 850, and I'm only trading 2 contracts, and I only got the first target on almost everyone. I don't think I got the runner target on any one of them. So I got a bunch of setups on Friday and they all worked. All right, so here is this golden setup. You see here is my 50 line, this gold line here. I've changed it to turquoise. You see here? But initially I had it at gold, and it came below the 50, so it touched the 50. Now I have a limit order set here at 26, and I'm waiting for this to trigger. So let's turn it on. For this new setup we're trying. Here's the rule. The price must come from 50. It must touch the 50 and then come down to the 26. You set a limit order to buy at 26. First take profit is at 7 points, and then your final take profit is going to be up at 24 points. About to trigger.
Order filled.
We are in.
Target
7
filled.
points locked, and we're working on our runner, which I can already tell you doesn't make it. I'll be honest, this trade made me a little nervous because we're clearly in a downtrend, okay? I can see my 50 EMA is above this is the trend magic right here I've got on this chart. My trend magic is red. We are clearly moving down, so I was taking a counter trend trade, which made me a little nervous, but it worked every time. I gotta say that it did. We've tested this all day on Friday. Here comes the silver setup. Remember, the silver setup is the short off the 26. Guys, it's very simple. You just have to touch the 50. When it touches the 50 and then goes to the 26, like it does right here, we are looking for that long. Now, I told this, in this situation right here, I'm not going to re-enter, okay? But if we were in an uptrend, and I had that, that's why I got so high to 800. Had an up leg, and I got stopped out and re-entered like 2 or 3 times to try to get that runner. Like sometimes you enter, it goes, it hits your 7 points, and then it comes back and it stops you out. So I took that second entry and tried again a few times, but only when we were moving up. Right here, we're clearly moving down, and I don't want to obviously play games there. So the next setup, like I said, is it must touch the 900 or the 100 level and then go to 26. We're looking for the short at 26. And I did record a trade like that.
Order filled.
Alrighty, I'm going to make this a little bigger. Alright, so here's the 900 level. It came down to touch the 900 level. It went up to the 26 where my limit order was sitting. It looks like I got in a little late here actually, but this is how the setup should work. I should have had a limit order sitting at 26.
Target filled.
Triggered. I got filled. My runner got stopped out. So had I answered correctly, I would have had the runner. So anyway, that is the silver setup. These are the trades that we're taking and we're testing. If this setup is good and valid, I might consider taking that guy's course. I'm going to link to 2 videos that I saw of his. One explains this golden setup. The other one just explains his round number trading strategy, which I thought was very interesting. It will make sense out of those indicators. But I would definitely recommend you go and watch his stuff here. Like I said, he's highly recommended. For 97 bucks, I'm probably going to take this little course, at least this one, and see how it is. So I am very, you know how I am about my round numbers. It's so easy to see these round number levels. And if I just look here at the golden line, the 26, it is an important level. Look how many times we touch it. Look at that. So I'm inclined to think this guy knows what he's talking about. Look at that. Can keep it going. So I'm kind of excited about this setup. I mean, imagine it's so easy. If you're a new trader, this is a super easy setup to take. You could even automate it. I mean, it's crazy. So I am really appreciating for Tony to put this out for free on YouTube. Go and watch his YouTube video. Follow along with us if you're interested. It's not on gold. It's on NQ. It's just called the golden setup because it's off the golden 26 line. He doesn't talk about the 77, but I'm just thinking that it might work on the 77 too. So I'm going to try that as well. But the 26 is what Tony recommends. And we got no news tomorrow, so we're probably going to have a trading range. Tuesday, we get the bond auction at 1 o'clock. Wednesday is the big day. I will not be trading on Wednesday. I don't trade on FOMC day because it's shitty PA. It's going to be choppy and rangy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be choppy and rangy tomorrow and Tuesday. Beware. Plan for a trading range. Trade for a trading range. I would think the golden setup is going to work well in the trading range. So be careful out there. Remember, you know, FOMC day is just not a good day to trade. I do not trade on that day. I recommend you don't trade on that day. It's just going to be a choppy range. And then when the statement comes out, it just gets wild. There's no reason to trade in that. Okay, guys, that's all I've got for this video. In the video description, you're going to find a link to my Google Drive. In there, you're going to find folders for chart templates, NinjaTrader 8 indicators. There's lots of indicators in here, all free. We've got tons of reading materials. There are copies of my personal charts in here for you. If you're interested in joining the Discord, just leave a comment below. If you're in the Discord, I've got channels set up in there for most of the time we're hanging out in the main channel. But if you go to the bottom here, Vance goes live every day. Once in a while, I go into the live channel as well. I post the weekly, monthly, and daily expected moves. I post the volume profile levels for each day. We share any coupons or deals we come across. You know, we have a channel for epic wins and losses. You know, we're here to cheer you on or give you a hug, whatever is appropriate. Any prop account bullshit goes in here. Boy, that's an active channel right now. The indicator library is here. Everyone is sharing indicators in the Discord. You know, this is a community space. We're here to support each other, and we use the Discord to do that. NinjaTrader 8 templates, people share in there. We've got some TradingView templates. There are a lot of learning resources. If you come into the Discord, I would encourage you to go through there. Just a little start here, explains the rules. There really aren't any rules. Just basically don't be an asshole. And then here is, I have a channel for my YouTube. If you are a YouTuber and you have a channel, feel free to share it. I mean, there's no competition here. All right, guys, have a great day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.